And we are rolling in part two of our respect speeches on August 4th. And we're about to hear from Myra, who had an experiment trying to communicate respect non-verbally to everyone she met. So let's hear about that.
Hello everyone, my name is Myra.
Hi, Myra.
This afternoon I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about our experiment on respect and how going into this experiment, I figured that it would be nothing unusual because I think of myself as a really respectful person. And so I didn't think I was going to be doing anything that I don't usually do. So my first story is pretty good. It was pretty normal. I went to dinner with some of my friends and we went to downtown LA. And so everyone out there was smiling very graciously and just being really nice. So as we go into the place that we decided to go, I opened the door for our whole party, and all of my friends, they smile and they thank me. And some guy was kind of running. I guess he was trying to get his dinner with his friends. So I opened the door for him as well, and he thanked me, and again, he smiled. So I figured that it would be like this every single time. I think respect is a common courtesy that we should all have and all show to everyone that we see down Ruin Walk or anywhere that you go. And as we're going back, one of my closest friends was at our apartment. And so as I go into my apartment, she says, she welcomes me, and I do the same thing. And she's sitting on my couch, and a couple of minutes after I set my stuff down, I come back and I sit next to her, and I tell her, I respect you. And then she giggles and she's like, are you okay? So I was like, at that moment I realized that as society we have ruptured, in a sense, a form of communication that we believe that showing respect verbally sometimes can be a little awkward. So we go on about our day. The next morning, I go down the elevator, and as I go down to my car, I pick some of my stuff that I needed to get. As I'm going back, I see that someone behind me is running towards the elevator, and this was one of the bad stories that I have to tell. The guy, he's running, so as a quick instinct, I open the door for him to come back in, and luckily it opens right before it's about to shut. And so I was like, oh, I respected this guy. Maybe he's going to do the same thing. And not once did he look at me. He just rushed in and got into the little corner. And then I asked, oh, what floor are you going to? Again, he didn't even look at me. He just clicked the number that he needed to go to. And I was like, okay, that was rude. In my head, of course, I didn't want to make this more uncomfortable than it already was. So he goes off, and in my head, I was like, this guy did not just treat me like that. I opened the door for you. I was like, I should have just let it close, and you could have taken the other elevator. But I was like, no, remember, respect, respect, respect. So in my head, I was like, I respect you, even if you're not respecting me right now. And so as he gets off on the second floor, I was like, have a good day. And he just doesn't look at me, just walks out of the elevator. And so I was like, okay, again, this guy is so rude. So by that time, I'm just over it. I was slightly upset because I didn't receive the respect that I had given him. But again, like someone else explained before, I don't think that we should go into this expecting people to respect us simply because we're respecting them. It's just something that you should do because, again, it's common courtesy. The third story, which is the ugly story, I went to Nordstrom's rack. I was looking for a pair of jeans. So I found a pair of jeans, and then I saw the clearance rack, so I went that way, and it was close to where the children's clothes was. And I see a toddler. She's sitting in the stroller, and she was using her tablet, and it falls. So I just thought it was okay. I'll go pick it up for her because her mother wasn't looking at her daughter anyway. So I go and I pick it up, and I give it to I'm about to hand it to the child, and the child smiles at me. And then the mom turns around, and she yanks it out of my hand. And then she looks at her daughter, and she's like, don't throw the tablet. Don't let it fall again. And so then by that point, I was like, wow, she's so disrespectful. She took the tablet away from me. She didn't say a word to me apart from telling her daughter to not drop it. and she grabs the stroller and just rolls away. So at that moment, I was like, wow, a 2-year-old has more respect towards a stranger than someone in their 30s. So what I learned from this experiment was that not everyone you interact with, not everyone you show respect will take that respect and respect you back. Sometimes people might find it very awkward, people might disrespect you, but I don't think that should stray you away from respecting everyone, because like I said, again, respect is a common courtesy that we should all have for one another, disregarding the ways that someone might disrespect you, because many times you have good outcomes and that should outweigh the bad. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Okay, we're somewhere here. Yes, please.
Hello, my name's Maria.
Hi, Maria.
I really liked your speech. I thought you had a really nice smile that kind of caught my attention. Your hand gestures were really well. Like you didn't overdo them or anything, and you were pretty well organized. The only thing I could say maybe is that towards the beginning you kind of moved your torso a little too much, but that wasn't an issue, I think.
Thank you.
You see that tonight when you watch him. Just swing a little. And improvement? Hi, Grace.
I feel like your story is great, and you summarize at the end of every story, and I like that part. But I don't know if you are nervous or what, that you can't make a consistent eye connection. You was like just look at here for some seconds and then just translate your eyesight. So I think your story is good, just be relaxing. What do you think? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the eye contact with people should be 3 to 5 seconds. And it should move around the room and should just be friendly and easy. It's a good quality to have. I like your intro, and I thought that you made some good observations, easy as the breeze, I guess. I didn't get a strong preview from you of where you were going. I'm going to tell you about the good, the bad, the ugly with your voice. It really stood out so that I knew and the audience knew what was going to be happening. See, that sets up your narrative. So now we knew you had a good, so let me tell you about the good. I opened the door, the guy came running, and that was a really good experiment with my respect exercise. But it wasn't all good. There was a bad one when I got to my apartment, and I left the door open for the guy, and yeah, and that was sort of not so good. And then the Nordstrom rack, that was a really ugly experience. I don't know if the woman thought you were trying to molest her daughter or what, but it's kind of weird and sad. And I don't have an explanation for it, but your heart was pure, and you were doing respectful thing and giving the background. There's no explaining that except just keep repeating your mantra as she walks away in her rude huff, is just keep repeating your mantra. And you're what I learned, again with your voice. So what I learned, these 3 things. And then you end, okay? Good job, though. Nice smile and better eye contact. Yeah. Okay, folks, our work is done for today. We will continue these on Tuesday. Wait a minute, Tuesday. Is Tuesday our library meeting? Library meeting? Okay, does everyone know where to go Tuesday? Powell Library is right there. It's kitty corner to us. It's across from Royce, 3rd floor. And bring your speeches, because in the last half of the lecture we'll do our speeches in the library. Okay? Return with honor. Yeah. Wait to turn in your speeches until you do them. Thank you. What?
Is there another speech?
Yeah, your introductory speech. So get your introductory speeches ready too. We'll start those immediately.